day, Israel has, I don't know, maybe a 10% chance of winning. I don't think Israel is going to win this. And I think we're seeing a turning point, which is really encouraging. But were Israel to win, were in fact the occupation become permanent, and the international community basically accept the apartheid system that Israel's trying to create, in which the Palestinians are locked into certain cantons, that would really be, I mean, that's also why I'm saying this conflict is so significant. Because in a way, this is the battleground. You know, you've got in the Christian fundamentalism, you've got this idea of Armageddon. Well, in a way, it's a human rights Armageddon. Because this is maybe one of the most visible conflicts today. It's happening, of all places, in the Holy Land. It's right in our face. I mean, all the television cameras are there. On the southern border of Europe, you might say. It's not happening in some inaccessible place somewhere. So this is, in a sense, the battleground. Because if the forces of militarism and power and oppression win, it really sets us back. I mean, what's our message to people in less known parts of the world, in struggles that don't have the attention that this has, and so on? It would be really a chilling kind of a setback. But on the other hand, I really do think, and this is why I think we have to take heart from this, if there's been a turnaround, it's been because of civil society. It's been Palestinian resistance, I think supported by a small but very articulate Israeli peace movement, supported obviously by the civil societies in the Arab and Muslim worlds. And that's why General Petraeus said a couple weeks ago that we can't get anywhere in Afghanistan and Iraq and everywhere else, Pakistan, because of our involvement with the Israeli occupation of Palestine. So, you know, the people at least, and of course civil society all over the world with the BDS movement and so on. So I think that in a way, if we win this, and I think we've got to a point where Israel can't simply impose, and I don't think the United States can impose a peace. The Palestinians have one source of leverage, of clout, and that is they're the gatekeepers. I think for people all over the world, the Palestinians have become this little hobbit, you know, the hobbits that are fighting the huge Mordor, you know, and in a way it's too much for them. I mean, I don't even know how they hang on, living the way they're living on the ground. I mean, it's worse now than it's ever been. But they're hanging on, and because they're hanging on, we're able to support them and so on. But the Palestinians then are the gatekeepers. In other words, until the Palestinian people, I don't mean the authority, the people, say this is over, it's not over. Until the Palestinian people say we've reached a political arrangement with Israel, whatever that might be, 2 states, 1 state, whatever form it takes, we've reached an arrangement that we can live with. Now is the time to normalize. It's not going to happen. And I think that's why Biden, when he was in Israel, you know, wiping the spit off his face, called this conflict unsustainable. He said it's and that's a pretty strong word for a politician to use, because unsustainable means unsustainable. You can't. If the vice president recognizes that, and Biden no less, then you know, that really shows the degree to which I think the forces have changed here. And so I think we could hopefully will mark this down together with the anti-apartheid struggle and others as a tremendous victory of civil society, because it's not going to happen unless civil society pushes it. So I think and I think that's more likely to happen. And there's one more thing. You know, these systems, I think, I haven't had time to research this thoroughly, but you know, these systems, it seems to me, tend to collapse suddenly. because they're big systems of injustice that are too exploitive, they're unsustainable, they're oppressive, they're disruptive. This one is disruptive of the entire global system. And at some point they collapse. The Soviet Union did, South Africa, and Apartheid did, the Shah in Iran, and others. So I think these systems, I think we can take hope from the fact that, we don't have to go struggle another 40-some years. I think we're really getting to the point where this occupation is going to collapse.